You've heard me talk about the UFOs with the night vision goggles, and see for yourself what shows up in that December issue of the After Dark magazine. Also read about Coast to Coast AM guest Eric Pearl and his reconnective healing technique, and an exercise that you can do at home to feel the energy of self-healing. It's all in that December issue of the After Dark magazine. Subscribe right now by calling 1-888-727, that's 1-888-727-5505, or
coasttocoastam.com. Here's what you missed on Coast to Coast AM with George Norrie.
Is disclosure right around the corner?
My scenario for disclosure is this. I believe that we've already discovered life on Mars. We discovered it decades ago, and we backed away from that story. That was to give everybody in institutions a chance to embrace the new paradigm of life in outer space. I think that's going to be an announcement, and it's not going to be too far in the future.
Now we take you back to the night of May 11th, 1995, on Art Bell, Somewhere in Time.
All right, east of the Rockies, you're on the air with Lindsay Williams. Good morning.
Hi, this is Jane calling from Saskatoon, Saskatchewan, Canada.
Hi, Jane.
Hi. I just wanted, there were a couple of points I wanted to make, and first of all was, I was listening to you last night, and I remember that program. I believe it was that program that, when they were talking about the Ebola in Virginia.
Yeah, in Reston.
Mm-hmm. And I believe there was a man, a scientist at the end, who said that we needed to remember as human beings, as people on this planet, that the Earth does not belong to us. We belong to the Earth. And I thought that was a really profound statement, and I think situations such as this remind us that we're just all part of nature. Do you understand what I'm trying to say?
And then if we destroy nature, you're saying nature in turn reacts.
Partly that, but also that these things just happen as part of a cycle of life. And we work so hard at controlling things and trying to use technology to survive, really. And nature is always one step ahead of us.
Are you indicating that this possibly might be the nature or the divine method of controlling mass population?
I'm not necessarily saying that, and I'm not necessarily attributing this to any sort of divinity, but I am saying that that we're simply organisms on this planet, mm-hmm. and
I think
life is just life. You know?
I think I know clearly what you're saying, ma'am. Thank you. And it's kind of what I was saying earlier, that maybe it's God, Lindsay. Maybe it's nature. Maybe nature is God. Maybe the Earth is God. Maybe God is all around us, and maybe it's a natural course of events. Maybe it's natural, or maybe not. Maybe we're the ones who have made the unnatural choices, and so we're getting an abnormal result.
Well, with Ebola, this is so drastic, but now with the other microbial mutations, which I have mentioned on your earlier program and which I talk about in this videotape, those mutations are coming about as a natural response to the overuse of antibiotics, to the vaccinations that have been given all of these years, and to the weakened immune systems. And it would have happened regardless of what might have taken place otherwise.
Yeah, but you know, Lindsay, you're going to talk maybe even tens or hundreds of thousands of people out there into switching their lifestyle right now, and they'll begin to eat better, and they'll begin to pay attention to what you've said. But the larger picture is, let's face it, the use of antibiotics is going to continue. The development of new antibiotics to fight the new diseases is going to continue, and you, Lindsay Williams and Art Bell, both know that. So where's that going to take us?
That's going to take us into superbugs, which in turn will need super antibiotics, which will mutate again into superbugs. And the end result will be, as one doctor said to me very privately the other day, he said, Lindsay, we're scared to death because we know as a medical profession that we are in trouble. And they're talking it privately, just
So
like
then-
they're talking about this new
Yes.
fungus that is in the operating rooms of some of the hospitals of America, which
I've
I
been
deal with
hearing-
in my videotape, and they're scared to death of it.
I've been hearing about that.
Yeah, and there's no disinfectant that will kill it. And as the doctor said to me in Mesa, Arizona the other day, he said, Lindsay, people go to the hospital, have a successful operation, and go home and die from something that they contracted in the hospital because
Yep.
it has mutated and there is no known disinfectant. The first article to ever appear on it was in the Arizona Daily Sun, Flagstaff, Arizona. And now they don't know what to do about it. Medical professionals are scared to death. Now, it's things like this that I deal with in my videotape. I hope that Ebola subsides and does not go any further. We still have a multitude of microbial mutations out there to deal with that people need to know what to do about.
Lindsay, if you had to make a guess, where is this going?
I think it'll be contained right in Africa. I do not think it will spread worldwide. I am hoping and praying it does not. But don't forget, we are facing a multitude of other microbial mutations out there, and someday that particular one will break out. So since it hasn't arrived on the shores of the United States of America yet, please get the audio tape of this program. And as Art Bell has said, please call our 800 number. Let me give you my book, You Can Live, and learn the facts with all of this, and then do something about it.
That seems a wise move to me, and the part of all this depend. You know, a lot of the information you don't know for sure. I don't know for sure. We can't know for sure. We're not getting good news from Africa right now. That's one thing that's not coming out of Africa is good news, and so we're not sure. And you know, we may dodge this bullet, Lindsay. I pray we do. So. I guess that's kind of where we've got to leave it as the news continues to break and as this epidemic continues to break out. All we can do is watch and hope and pray and begin to act individually to protect our own immune systems. Would that be a good summary?
Yes, and do not panic. Do not allow the program tonight to cause you to be in fear. Only inform. Remember, truth never causes fear. It only informs so that we can take action against what's taking place. Art, you as talk show host are doing the greatest job of informing the American people on all major issues.
Thank you,
You
Lindsay.
allow the truth to come out, and congratulations.
I guess that's why we're here. Lindsay Williams, thank you and good night. I'm going to the Orient. Again, the numbers, the surveys are in. Thank you. I'm going with great news. Number one, everywhere we've touched down, please stay close to the news. And I promise you, if it breaks, this network will cover it. To the Orient I go. Good night, all.